And we are back. Well, hopefully that's not a regular occurrence during this stream. We're going to the Alloa team. It's continuity for the Wasps. That's the name of the game. 31, Jay Hilgar. 2, Scott Taggart. 4, Michael Doyle. Number 11, Murray Miller. Number 9, Luke Donnelly. Number 8, John Robertson. Number 14, George Stanger. Number 7, Kevin Colley. Number 6, Mark Durnan. Number 26, Quinn Coulson. And number 15, Ross McKeever. On the benches, number 21, Owen Clark. Number 3, Daniel Church. Number 5, Andy Graham. Number 12, Stephen Skugel. Number 16, Adam King. Number 18, Connor Salmon. Number 20, Cammy O'Donnell. Number 24, Luke Rankin. And number 27, Luke Strachan. And like I said, it's the same team that started the last 2 games. And the same team that's got the results. The comfortable win against Edinburgh and the 3-1 victory over Clyde as well, which was another convincing, controlled win. So I think as much as we don't have a natural left back, it's going to be exactly the same formation and exactly the same team that's given Alloa such good results. They're excellent at home normally. They're on a 9-game unbeaten run. I don't think they've managed to set the heather alight with their away form. Peterhead are going to be hopeful that they can pick up points. Hoping for a new manager bounce, obviously. That was something the chairman said in his comments about why they let go of David Robertson. But I thought interestingly as well, he kind of trashed the players that they brought in. And there is quite a few that I picked out earlier. Oyenson, Joshua, Ikwa, all out. That's it, I've been abandoned for the Scotland game. And certainly it's a fairly sparse travelling support. Not even sure if I can recognise any Alloa faces. Maybe some behind the goal. But here come the teams.
Starting and ending on the referee's whistle.
Colley. Getting lots of space, lots of joy in there. On the left, there's lots of openings for a left-footed cross. Hands up early, and that's an interesting one. Mike Roncon, he was in a bit of drama last week as he missed an obvious handball that wasn't called back for VAR. That would have almost been one called back for a push, but he's not decided not to award anything, which was interesting. That ball in is the first big chance of the game. Thankfully for Alloa, it never ended up hurting us. Lies wide of the goal, but in the early scare, just shows you can't have any complacency no matter who you're playing. Taggart chests it down, launches it up the line. Will be picked up by Brown. He thumps it forward. Peterhead throw in. It's about 10 yards inside the Alloa half. Oh, and that is a big challenge on Miller. He's had some good performances, and obviously his first goal of his senior career last week, which was an absolute cracker. Stanger looking for the long ball towards McKeever. Ross McKeever goes down, and again Alloa upset at that. Not a player to go down lightly. Certainly look to have the inside track on the ball. Oh, and the long kick. Stuart McKenzie will force a corner as Stanger heads it behind. And here's the Alloa chance when they're through. Beautiful long ball boy by Stanger. Diagonal, and I'm not so sure how much contact there was. He certainly felt something from Brown. Went down. Delivery will come in front post. Taggart. So that's Robertson, heads it away. Colley. To Donnelly. Tries to pick out Coulson. He will lay it off for Colley. It's just short. Chance for Fosu. Up against Durnan. Ball inside. Don't know if it's a poor touch or a inspired one anyway. It does come back for the long effort. Jordan Brown in midfield, rattling that over. It's a bit of a stramash there, Alloa couldn't get it clear. Again, we're maybe seeing the new manager bounce with the player manager. Needing to get some composure. And that's another buzzword you could say about their performance in the last couple of games, as it's launched wide by Peterhead. I'll pick out another player. Number 10, Kieran Shanks, was one of the few for Peterhead. He looks to be playing kind of as a winger today, but his drive last time, I think he was the only player in the 2-0 win up here that I thought, or sorry, the 2-0 win at Alloa that really showed some nous about him. There's Quinn Coulson. I was going to say he loses out, but he does very well. The arm comes out from Leighton Bisland, and it's going to be a free kick on that far side. Poor touch from Peterhead right back. They'd look to have Coulson covered. Chance for Alloa to put it in. And I do think we're overdue a high-rate goal. Durnan, Donnelly, Stanger, McKeever. See who challenge for this. His delivery is decent, straight up in the air by Robertson though, and it will be collected by McKenzie. Tries to drive that lob. It doesn't beat the Alloa defence. Doyle will take that and play it wide, and it's poor clearance from Colley. And Durnan, he is going to shield this ball out well. I say he's going to do it well. It's offside, but Alloa shaky, very, very shaky to begin. Durnan trying to play it back to his goalkeeper. Maybe a bit of miscommunication. Certainly full-blooded from Peterhead. Shanks almost causing a problem. Bogarth's ball forward to Coulson. It is taken down. McCarthy up in there. Fosu lays it off only for Coulson. It will eventually go for a Peterhead throw on that far side. I think there was a shout for a handball, but didn't see it myself. Certainly 7 minutes in, Peterhead causing all the problems. There is another foul in there that will break it down. Alloa will get the free kick inside their own box. Bogarth opted to take it short this time. Short. Stanger, his long effort, it's poor, but it will be cut out by Doyle. Puts it in the area for Colley. Donnelly, who stands up tall against Wilkie's clearance. Will be a Peterhead throw-in halfway inside their own half. And that will be an Alloa ball. Certainly Doyle had one of his better Alloa appearances in this stint. Somehow he never got an assist from the last game despite all the excellent balls he was whipping in. Murray Miller though picks it out very well. He's got good feet, but he will be robbed. Peterhead can come away with it. McCarthy, Bisland tries to play a ball up line. That's a poor one, easily cut out by Taggart. And trying the through ball, but McKeever, he knows he's offside. He doesn't go for it. All the way through to Mackenzie. Peterhead. He's waiting on the option appearing. It's a good kick. Stanger heads it up. Robertson will knock it down. Doyle has the chance to run. Good ball into McKeever's feet, and Alloa have the chance to play the ball, but Kevin Colley just kind of holds things up, gets robbed, and Peterhead can come away again. Shanks. Again, pretty bitty play here. Doyle drawing that air, the fans just stealing a couple yards. Endo. Alloa will get the ball down and play. Donnelly. Coulson's run. And behind. He's up against Jason Brown. His ball inside is cut out. Going to look for the option of Shanks. It will be cut out by Doyle. Hopefully Alloa. Well, again, it's slack. Given away in the centre of the park. Bisland played that ball forward. Doyle, he does let it run. He's got the pace to catch it on the other end as well. He's saying there's a trip from behind, but it goes all the way for a goal kick. So he's showed plenty of pace there. Just holding his knees, ankles as he rolled. Certainly there's full back options if it was to be more of a knock on Doyle. Strachan's back in. Church played, I think, the full 90 on Tuesday night against East Stirling. Alloa were 4-3 winners. given away by Peterhead. Durnan. He looks for the ball up the line to Coulson, tries to lay it off. 2 poor touches, but eventually, well, Fosu, he does very well, and eventually Durnan will make sure to knock it out of the park. Peterhead throw in, Fosu. Bisland's ball in. Nice, easy bit of catching practice for Jay Hogarth. Robertson. Doyle. Danger. Again looking for the long ball. Alloa not being able to work it about. That header cut out as well by Mason Brown. Decent work by Alloa as they play it out of midfield, round back to the goalkeeper. It's kind of skewed that effort, but Taggart will have the time to take it down. Drills that ball forward. McKenzie comes out his box, launches it over the halfway line. Stranger though, it's a bit awkward. Doyle uses his pace, heads it back to Hogarth. Again, nervous moments are coming in Alloa's final third. Hogarth knocking it long towards McKeever. Loses out in the header, McCarthy. Up against his opposite number, Robertson wins the foul. .5 minutes gone. You'd have to say the bottom of the league side are the better team so far. They've still not given up hope of catching Clyde, although they've got a massive goal difference to overcome. So they'll need to do it by points, surely. Stanger. Ever misses out in the header. Taggart gets that ball forward to Donnelly. Coulson. Donnelly. Again, excellent footwork. So what we're so used to in Coulson, he's going to take that ball on a run. Just you can see again the prevalence of his right foot. Just know the angle for crossing, and I think Donnelly played that ball to a tired Quinn Coulson. To go straight out the park, but I think his energy was spent in that last couple runs. And you'd have to say Alloa still not settled. Yet to have any attempts, any danger on Mackenzie's goal. Stanger wins the header, but it only goes so far. Strachan knocks the ball in to the Alloa box, and again another slightly awkward one. I think Hogarth was the most calm person in the crowd, or in the stadium, sorry. And again, Shanks is such a willing runner off for the front. Maybe a handful. Fosu. Decent footwork for him so far as well. Doyle, oh, he's caught late. Okay. Sorry, that was Danny Strachan actually. Catching the Alloa right back late. He's been in the wars today, but he's still showing plenty of pace despite his old age. McKeever heads it down towards Donnelly, flicks it wide. Bisland will hold him off, pumps it out of the park into the home stand. Is the ball going to come back? Taggart will take the throw. Down to Robertson. Okay, Donnelly. Coulson. It's just looking for the angle. Will Win a throw? Yeah, win a throw right by the corner flag. Donnelly holding that ball up, but he is robbed. And Taggart penalised, I assume, for having his arm up. Mackenzie's long ball dealt with by Durnan. There will be space on this side for Strachan. Again, Doyle does very, very well. Gets the 1-2 with Murray Miller. And we're getting 2 fouls in there. Doyle and McKeever both taken out, and Peterhead are back in numbers now. They'll be quite pleased with that. Alloa breaking at speed. Miller will get us back underway. Alloa finally starting to knock the ball about. That long ball forward from Taggart puts Peterhead under pressure. They will another throw in halfway through the Peterhead half. Taggart. And just relying on the dribble through doesn't quite work out. Taggart headed up the line, and it will be an Alloa throw over the halfway line after that dodgy touch by Bisland. Up the line, McKeever heads it inside. Brown under pressure, back to his goalkeeper, Durnan. Commanding header, knocked out the puck again halfway inside the Peterhead half. Again, neither team really getting the ball under control. Yeah, possession again. Switches as Alloa's throw up the line, miscontrolled. It's a bit of a dodgy kick by Mackenzie though, straight out the park on this left side, near side. It's going to be Staines' throw. Olsen standing in plenty of space. Apart from that, it seems very, very cramped. Donnelly. Beaver wins the header forward. Clearance though. Certainly gains territory, but it will be picked up by Durnan. And that ball along the floor, and it's missed. Any Alloa players, they can only find McCarthy. Head, we give the ball straight back, straight to Hogarth. Will restart from the Alloa defensive line. Stanger. Doyle praised his distribution. Hogarth, he's very comfortable with the ball at his feet. There's some beautiful passes out of defence. There's Durnan, ball up the line. Breaks for Donnelly. Finally, we've got a bit of space on the right for Doyle. First time we've seen this today. Colley always happy to cut inside. Donnelly holds the ball up, and he's caught from behind. That will be a free kick in a fairly decent position. It's maybe a bit far for a shot, but David Colley standing over it. He's been on corner duty, on free kick duty, and he seems to be looking for the cross. Getting those players all at the back of the 18-yard box. Targets. We'll see If they can get the head on it, knock it back across. Hurled effort, it goes straight up in the air. Stanger will attack it. And, well, Peterhead, just by some of their touches, gets it away. Tiger under pressure on the 1v1, knocks it straight up in the air. Doyle heads it down. Miller forward to Donnelly. Again, he just controls it. Something maybe in the lower leagues that a player would be more likely just to head it on. Robertson knocks it up the line before running out of touch, but he only knocks it to a Peterhead player. Decent enough touch from Taggart. Again, just calms thing down. Back to Hogarth, the goalie. However, his distribution's lacking there, but the scooped effort from Brown goes out over the halfway line. And Alloa, again, they're beginning to put their stamp on the game, beginning to have this possession. Stanger's just about missed that pass to Doyle. Doyle was backtracking, but the touch from Bisland, I think it was, no, sorry, Shanks it was, manages to put it out, and then Kevin Colley's touch escapes him as well. Give away Peterhead throwing. Throw up the line. Stanger's done very well to cut that out as well, because again, the running behind, that was Jack Brown that time. It was Stanger under pressure, but he's managed to do enough to force Peterhead back for just a throw-in. Strachan to McCarthy. Back to Brown. So you should say Jason Brown at the back. Pumps that ball into that dangerous area, and that's a great challenge from Doyle when he looked second best. Cut out the first one, went straight to a Peterhead player, and they tried the through ball. Good defending from the Alloa right back. Strachan. It's the 1-2. Shanks. Now Strachan's cross. After that, a worked effort. Jack McKeever in the middle was the man who danced around the Alloa players. And Peterhead asking questions. Very, very close to being in a big goal scoring opportunity. Score is still 0-0. Miller again loses out in the dribble. He's done well enough to get back and put the young Peterhead right back at, or left back at, is under pressure. He's won the throw in. Alloa struggling in this final third. Robertson lofts it high. Comes straight back. Doyle takes a bit of a knock. Will be taken under control by Colley, but again he's only found McKeever in the middle. It's Hogarth's turn this time to send one of his goal kicks wayward. And Strachan drop the line. Jackson Fosu both getting a touch to the ball. Eventually it will be claimed by Hogarth. Taggart Again opts for that long ball on his right foot. It just bounces up, and oh, I think Alloa were quite unlucky there. McKeever penalised. I think there was too much left on in that challenge from McKeever, and it would have broken to Quinn Coulson. Mackenzie launching it long. We can get the ball under control. It's not Coulson anyway. He loses out. Ball held up in there. Eventually the Peterhead man will win the ball. Not a foul. But yeah, I've got a feel for Robertson as well, because he's incensed in the middle there. There's just not too much in it. Mike Roncon favouring the home side so far. We'll see another delivery. There's one first chance of the game came with very similar circumstances this time. McKeever gets his head on it, and it will be a throw in down by the corner flag on the Alloa right. And it's going to be Strachan here to take the throw. Send it as far as Doyle. They'll send Peterhead back a few yards. They themselves take it further back. Lofted ball aimed for Jack McKeever. A foul on Alloa this time. Quinn Coulson winning it. Down in that left back position. Target rolls the ball out in front of him. Aimed for McKeever. Will just glance it onwards. He's not had much luck today. Murray Miller doesn't do well with his touch either, but it's well cut out by Jordan Brown. Ball played wide to Ritchie. Up against Taggart. It's on the awkward side for Taggart. The delivery in the middle is good. Durnan though, he rises highest, but can only knock it behind for a corner. These Peterhead fans there expectant. Certainly the balance of the game so far has been in the home side's favour. Teamed on the 6-yard box. Hogarth is all over the shop, and eventually Durnan gets it clear. You can't see for the Stramasha players. Alloa, very, very dangerous. Kind of living life dangerously. That ball in at the front post. It's not attacked by Robertson. He looked to have been the man who should have. It's missed by everyone and flashed across the face of goal. He's taken another deflection off an Alloa man, and it will be another corner delivered from the other side. Is this kind of inevitability when you concede this many chances that eventually one of them's going to find the right man, the right target, and will punish you? And McKeever find that delivery. Well, not this time. Doyle and Jack Brown in the middle. No, sorry, Shanks in the middle. Obviously are coming together. So we will have a retake of the corner. Short one delivered in at the front post, and that is a glaring miss, and it's captain for the day, Jason Brown, from inside the 6-yard box. Manages to put that ball over. And the marking for Alloa goes missing. We have got a shoe off. Jack Wilkie fixes himself up, and we will wait for him to get back into position. Alloa 31 minutes in, 32 minutes in almost. Very, very lucky. Still be level. Hogarth forward, and commanding header. And Jason Brown, Fosu's putting Durnan under pressure. He holds him off and heads it back to his goalkeeper. Home fans are delighted with what they've seen in the first half hour. Certainly into this game. Golson is going to be tripped from behind. I don't think there is. Yeah, eventually the flag comes up. Golson, though, will win the free kick. And just in front of the Alloa dugout, we will have a delivery. Taggart standing over it. Alloa instead, they decide to take it short. Taggart can cut in. Don't know how he goes for the shot, but that scuffed effort. This is not one that will live long in the memory. Alloa's first shot of the game so far. You get that advantage when you're right footer playing on the left. You can always cut in and have an effort. I think from the spot has been the only time Taggart scored this season. Normally contributes one or two. Here's Peterhead, and skewed that effort for a goal kick. Hogarth. Aimed in the channel, misses everyone. Deaver, he's looked a forlorn figure, not managed to have any impact on the game so far. Thrown up the line. Lots of bounces. Last one's judged to have came off Shanks. Stranger will get the throw. Launched up the line, but again Peterhead won the header. Just every bounce going for the home side. Gordon Colley knocking that ball in behind Mackenzie. Knocks it out of the park. It will be an Alloa throw. Well, force back at least a couple yards, but I'm sure he'll steal them right back. Golson gains a couple of yards again. We've got another throw up, but Alloa struggling with a bit of cutting edge so far. Colley can't get that ball under control. He goes over the top of the ball, stands on Doyle. Peterhead can come away with it, but Doyle is still in an awkward position. Ball forward by before McKeever is cut out. Taggart on the left side. And I do wonder how long it will be before we see a natural left footer, because we're crying out for someone to cross it on that left side. Evan Colley. Got the options. Again, another late one from Brown. Peterhead have to avoid the ball going over the byline and conceding a corner. They will clear it just by that corner flag. It's the first lost ball of the day. Holly's throw. Donnelly comes short, he's excellent. These close control situations, but it will be Coulson. And yeah, he gets lucky, I think. Very close to that double ricochet, but wins the corner for Alloa. Colley only sending this out swinging ball. Then we're going to be looking at the three in the middle for Alloa. Stanger, McKeever, Durnan. Ball doesn't beat the front post. Launched away by Peterhead, they'll make their way out. Taggart launches it long. Coulson, it's definitely not offside. Lays it off. Donnelly inside the box, puts it in a decent area, and Peterhead are driving the wrong way. They're going towards their own goal. They do put it out for a throw, but they're pinned back. This is the time you want to deliver a cross. Well, they're deep. Loyal. Keever flicked into Miller. That's a good touch. Ross ricochets off the Peterhead man. Shanks. Fosu, good footing, but there's numbers for Peterhead to drive. McCarthy, wide to McKeever. Risland has went all the way in behind Durnan, will cover that run. Just shields the ball out. It's down all this way by the corner flag. Alloa from that promising position. Again, they've not been able to carve open Peterhead. A weak cross in the end from Alloa's forward, Ross McKeever, which as he managed his 6th goal of the season last week. Not a prolific scorer by any means. Connor Salmon, on the other hand, 15 goals. Will he be able to make 20 by the end of it? He's in the hunt. He'll have to do it off the bench if anything. Miller. He's forming a good partnership with Robertson in the middle. Between the two of them, they've got that ball away, and Alloa will win the throw as well. I think Coulson's blagged that one a bit. Odd minutes here. Again, still 0-0. The best chances have fallen to the home side. Jason Brown's one, in particular, a gilt-edged opportunity. Again, a scramble in the box as well from Hogarth as Alloa a bit nervous. Ball comes back quickly. This time down the right. Kevin Colley throws it in. Royal, who's his delivery? First cross from him. Decent enough. It's going to be collected on that other side, and Donnelly in the middle. His shot is blocked. First time that Alloa have carved open a chance. Can they get another? Colley getting that overlapping run from Doyle. Knocking down the line, but Volke will just shield out when Coulson. First time that Alloa have been able to get the space in behind. It's from that talismanic right back. Taggart though, he's quite unlucky. Throws it into a good area. And the life and limb stuff just keep Donnelly at bay. There will be another free kick under dubious circumstances. Oh, not happy about it. Carthy. Let's get that ball taken short. Tries to work a really tight one with Jack Brown, but he's disappointed in the end. Ball goes for the Alloa goal kick. In the Alloa options on the bench, we've got left back options, which would be interesting to see for Taggart coming off. Possibly you might look at a change in formation. A lot of the season we've played with 3 at the back, but then that would be interesting as well. Or do we sacrifice a player? But Peterhead, they're almost in. Taggart gets the foot in at a vital time, takes it off the foot of Jack McKeever. Brown had played that ball in behind. Alloa now, have they got a bit of space to exploit? Coulson playing it across the park. Doyle will get there first. Wins the throw in. But Peterhead back in numbers now. Tempo of this game is increasing. Robertson lets it go for Colley, who's caught late. Shanks his wayward leg coming out. So Robertson wants to deliver. What about going to that shot one in the end? Kevin Colley will send it in. Deliveries so far have not been too great. Colley right footed. Hurling delivery. Fully towards the back post, it's a free header. Stanger manages to connect with it, but can only send it wide of the post. Escapes his man at the back there. Cannot find the target. And I don't know if that hit him square on the nose or if he's just upset with missing that chance. But head and hands after it. Certainly Alloa's best chance of the game. Taggart into Coulson. All wide. Again for Alloa's right back. Come left. Very versatile player. Kevin Colley just holds things up a little too much, and Doyle will come back and bail him out. Again, I think the complaints is to Mike Roncon that Kevin Colley was caught in the follow through, so he couldn't get that ball back. But Alloa still have possession. Colley, massive amount of options, but it will be worked well. Opens up Donnelly, tries another cute pass through to Colley, but it's one too many. Durnan, Coulson against Bislin, the hands come out. Manages to put off the Alloa winger. He's kind of struggled on that left side as well today. It's been quiet. We normally see him in such a live wire. Not being able to exploit the space the same way it has been the last few weeks. And 45 minutes gone, we have an instant whistle from Mike Roncon. Again, best chances have came from the home side. But Alloa, I think with the increase pace and tempo in that last 5 minutes of the half, it suited them. We're carving a couple of chances, but again, I think very, very lucky that we're knocked down as we go into half time. I'll leave you with the half time highlights, and I'll see you after the break. So welcome back to the second half. Alloa have not made any changes, but I think the saving grace that first half, if you can take any, is that Alloa have stronger options on the bench than they haven't had in recent weeks. Vernon gets us underway and immediately scoops his effort. An awkward clearance. I'm sure Alloa will come out with a bit of renewed vigour towards getting that opening goal. Bosu knocking it up to Walkett. There's a very, very late flag coming up. Bosu, again he's the man to take it down. Knocked in behind for Shanks. Put in by Doyle. That's shielded out well for the throw-in on that far side. Ritchie takes the ball wide, left-footed delivery. It's beyond everyone. Taggart will have an acre of space. Takes it onto the right foot, lost it long. McKeever heads it in the middle. Donnelly. Triangle completed between Murray Miller, but Leighton Bisland comes in, robs Miller of the ball. A wayward pass straight to Stanger, centre of the Alloa defence. Alloa coming forward. Colley. Stanger looking to take on a run, just forced back. Colley lofts that ball wide. Taggart down to Miller. Donnelly will win the corner. Again, clever play from him. Just still pokes it off the Peterhead defender. Can we get a delivery? Swinging corner, something I much prefer. Kevin Colley on duty all day. He's on the right side this time. Can he beat that front post area? It's met out of the back post by McKeever this time. Can he get that effort down? Still Alloa 0, Peterhead 0. It's the other way around. Was started this half. Some decent intent. Doyle. That ball up eventually, we'll get it under. Very, very tight in there. Robertson will knock it long. Brown just sends it straight up in there. Golson will miss the first header. It's dragged back the way like Roncon. It's no managed to catch that pull back on Golson. Peterhead get this series of throws up the line. Stanger just clears it. Everything going up in there. Very, very bitty game just now. Stanger, Robertson under pressure, but he will get it down. Donnelly, he drags it. Just good footwork, lays it off for Doyle. Again though, that long ball is the only option on the table. Taggart. Force back to his goalie. And again, we're probably going to see this long ball. which has been getting no joy all day. But McKeever does get the flick on. Miller, Donnelly flicks it inside, possibly again. He's made the wrong decision. Should have played it wide on the other side to Coulson. It is out with the Alloa winger. Cutting in on the right foot, plays it across the face of goal. Cleared straight up in the air again. Alloa getting a bit of sustained pressure that will come to an end just now. It's awkward. Takedown for McKeever. Leaves it off for Doyle. Driving to the byline will win. Throw-in. Just in line with the 18-yard box. This is better from the visitors. Coulson again tries to find the angle. Will only win a throw-in. Coulson lays it off. Golly's ball into the middle. Be collected by Taggart, but can only face away from goal. It'll drag back. Donnelly, how's his feet? Looking for the options. Think towards that back post. Boyle will collect it, the header away again. Just lets it go for the throw. Takes it early to Colley. Just searching for that right delivery. Will this be it? Donnelly heads it down and he's in on goal. And I picked it out for Alloa that he would need to be the man scoring goals, something that he's not managed to do massively throughout his career, but he looks inspired for the Wasps just now. Another goal, and a vital one to give Alloa the lead here at Peterhead. And quick thinking from Doyle. The left-footed delivery, just a good jump from the Donnelly, and I don't know Stuart McKenzie. I'm sure he's really upset at that one because it's such a slow header towards goal. One of them that you look at and probably think that he might have made it as well. It's almost like a slow pitch in baseball. Just did not react to it. It trundled its way into that far corner. But here's the Peterhead reply. Bislin coming down the right. Brown up in the air. We're going to see now if Peterhead have how much fight they've got. They've done well during this game. But will the first goal, will that bring heads down? First set back under the player manager. Maybe the temporary player manager at least. And ball in for Doyle. Shanks. Again, there's no a massive amount in that. It will be a yellow card for Kevin Colley. There wasn't any legs came out or anything, just stood his ground. That stopped a fairly decent Peterhead attack. And eventually we'll get the game underway. Once Mike Roncon is ready. I'm not sure that he'll be the most popular man after today either. Certainly not with the Alloa players just yet. Delivery right on top of Hogarth. He collects it well. 55th minute of the game. Alloa sitting pretty at 1-0. I did predict a 2-0 win before the game, with the caveat that in the final 10 minutes it would still only be 0-0. Get a late second. will it be an earlier one? Delivery into the middle. McKeever does get his head on it, can't direct it goalwards. Alloa buzzing around the 18-yard box with renewed energy. They're feeling confident. Peterhead are really deep inside their half. Doyle. The line. McKeever just lets that ball run. If it comes out, he will win the Alloa throw. Kevin Colley, he thought about crossing it, just ended up standing on the ball from the McKeever's knockdown. It's Jack McKeever for Peterhead. Trying to knock it into the corner, Fosu and Shanks. Either of them can catch it before it goes out. Alloa will happily take that throw. This ball from Peterhead, coming out to the centre of defence and leaving it well. Bounce it off to Quinn Colston, who continues to carry the ball forward for Alloa. Just check back before the Peterhead third of the park. Murray Miller laying it inside to Robertson, squaring that to Stanger. As mentioned last week, he's in line with full-time deals. Dundee and Partick Thistle both looking at the young centre half. Doyle speeding to the ball there. Alloa, they're not going to be punished because they've won it back at the middle through McKeever and Colley. Just as I say that, it goes the opposite direction, and a bit of space for Peterhead on the left side of their rear right, but Alloa's left isn't. Puts the ball in. Header comes down, it will be collected by Robertson. Maybe a bit of luck coming there for Alloa. Robertson to Donnelly. So holds the ball up, plays a beautiful pass out here. The Taggart again carries into the Peterhead third. Miller. Taggart wide. And you can see every time on that right foot he's thinking, I just cut inside. It's to be decisive. We made the wrong decision there. Jack McKeever. Oh, and that's an interesting push on Olsen. The referee's not moved, and Olsen will chase it down and win the throw-in in the corner. Sorry, concede the throw-in into the corner. Keeps Peterhead back in their own half, back deep. The sun has come out. We do have the floodlights on here at Peterhead and the glaring sunlight as well, just to add to the bizarreness. Stanger scoops that wide and sends it into the Peterhead main stand. Certainly been scrappy since the goal. Going up the line. Stanger manages to take the ball down. again. It's just a long, aimless pass towards that Alloa front line in that rough direction. Not picked up too well. Robertson, Scottley. Or not Robertson, is that McKeever in the middle? Doyle. He's just in the shadow of the stand. Launches that ball towards McKeever himself. It's slightly over the Alloa forward. Again launched up in the air by Peterhead. McKeever again sends it up in the air. Turning, putting Fosu under pressure. Screaming that he's been held back, but Alloa will come away with the ball. Miller to Colley, and Colley sees the opportunity to strike. He's not that far away, hits the stanchion. Confident enough to have the effort. We've not had enough of these long strikes from Alloa. It's not something they do too much in games. Murray Miller tried his effort last week and it was a beautiful one. But I think back as well, Ross McKeever's smashed one from that kind of distance as well. I think that's against Airdrie. It's either Airdrie or Clyde. Someone in white and red. We'll have a Peterhead throw in Peterhead free kick just over the halfway line. It's Alloa man's rule to have jumped unfairly. Okay. McCarthy forced back all the way back to Mackenzie. His touch is lacking as well. How's his kicking? It's better with a kick. Taggart wins the header. Wilson flicks it on again. Jason Brown straight up in the air. It's there for Doyle to win, but headed over Coulson. Got the range on the header. Just like I said after that goal, things have got plenty scrappy. Okay. Oh, okay. Jack Brown, sorry, playing it into Jack McKeever. We do have an Alloa throw as it's loose. That's been pretty much the story since that opening goal from Luke Donnelly. Robertson can't put any calm into the game. Being launched in behind by Peterhead, a hopeful ball. When Coulson though, he finally gets a foot in. And as much as it's been scrappy, a chance for Alloa to break. And McCarthy's came across and just wiped out Coulson. Very surprised if yellow card does come out for McCarthy. I think that's too surprising. Just frustrated the youngster got the toe in before him. Just sent him a message. Robertson will look to deliver this again. We're going into the sun, so it's not the best viewing for me. The camera's just out of the sunlight. Two players at the back. Aimed for McKeever. Tries to head it across the 18-yard box. Will be collected by Mackenzie before when Coulson can run onto it. Mackenzie sends it long, Taggart. Plenty of time on the header. Sends a free one to McKeever. McKeever's header will go for an Alloa throw. And the first changes of the game look to be Alloa changes. Skugel and Church. And off comes Kevin Colley and Quinn Coulson. So I imagine we're going to three at the back with Kevin Colley stepping in as a centre back. I think Kevin Colley's maybe a bit unlucky. He's an elder statesman, but he was the man who assisted. His crosses have been the best, but we're going to go with 2 wing backs. Skugel as well, adding to that dribbling ability in the middle.
And substitution for Peterhead, number 7, John McCalvert, being replaced by number 20, Cody McLean.
Wonderful blazing sunshine coming down just now. First touch of the game for Church, wins an Alloa throw. Throw into McKeever is cut out. Peterhead can come away with it. Shanks doing his best to drive in behind. He's got the better of Miller. Overhit that cross though. Alloa, they can reset. Work by Donnelly. It's undone. Fosu again. Durnan does well. It's got a lot of work to do in the middle. Swine Church wide. And it's space over the other side of the park if he can use it. Instead dinks it through the middle. This ball, another sort of hopeful ball. Not the class to pick out the Alloa men. Also playing it wide. Route 1 stuff. Calmly taken by Durnan. Church. And he's been Alloa's top assister this season, and he manages to peg on Bisland straight away. Be interesting to see how he can contribute to the game as it goes, but that's a beautiful ball in behind. Doyle speed to it. There's a, I don't know, there's a more of a hopeful dribble by Cody McLeod. That's it. I did miss him coming on, but I think he came on at the same time as the Alloa substitutions. McCarthy. Brown just has got a chance for Peterhead to deliver. They've not had too many set piece opportunities so far. Certainly looked dangerous in the first half with the flick on going to Jason Brown. Maybe just the wrong man they found in the middle. Up Bisland. Jason Brown pointing towards the penalty spot. It's not the greatest of crosses. Fosu knocks it in behind, and it's actually not that far away from Durnan heading it into his own goal. But we will have a Peterhead corner to be aggressive on that first ball. No Alloa player really following in. Cody McLeod will eventually make his way out to, that's my right on the park. But coming together in the middle of the park as well. Danger and Jack Wilkie. Bodies everywhere. But the front post is the important one. Donnelly getting his head on the ball. Jason Brown, Donnelly showing their trickery. Scugo just anticipates, does brilliantly, and he's caught by Bisland, and that will be a yellow. And again, it's something we see from Scugo so often, how quick his feet are. He got himself in on the wrong side of the defender, managed to move himself back goal side, get the foot in, knock the ball up the line. Bisland was beat, that's why he fouled the Alloa man. Much calmer for the Alloa shirts out there. I got shaped up here. Aim for Ross McKeever. As expected, drilled towards him. He gets that head on. Seconds is not claimed. But Murray Miller doing decent enough work defensively. Just make sure Alloa have the time to get back. McCarthy. That's loose as well. Bisland does get the foot in. Robertson can come away. Church. How's his crossing? Does he need a warm-up? It comes up and it hits the hand. And is that, points to the spot. It's one of these that's hard to judge. Danny Strachan, a man who unfortunately is penalised. It's just a horrible height for him. And I suppose his hand does come up. There's no much complaining about it in the end. Need your hands to be pinned by your side these days if you're not getting penalised. Interesting to see Mike Roncon didn't need the VAR for that. Fairly sure. A man who is fairly sure on penalties all the time, Scott Taggart, always hits it with power. Last time, went top right. He does again, into the side net, and it's Alloa 2, Peterhead 0. Absolutely confident from the spot. And with 18 minutes remaining, you'd expect that game is game over, and Peterhead will really struggle to come back now. This is what we expect from the man who has captained Alloa on so many occasions, such a reliable player. Many would say he's the best right back in the league. Great penalty. Again, makes Alloa's lead much more comfortable. But we have seen Peterhead come back from 2-0 down before. They managed it in the final 15-20 minutes against Dunfermline. They'll have a shock draw at East End Park. That's a while ago. Back on the 1st October. Ball launched long. Straight out at the park as well. Doyle holds up his man on that side. Time for Connor Salmon to be introduced as well, and it's going to be for Luke Donnelly. Oh, and Strachan as well. Doyle off for Strachan. Taggart goes to right wing back. Church goes in as a centre half. Throw up the line, aimed straight for the substitute, Salmon. He managed to have instant impact last week. What can we do this week? Keep that ball on at least. Knock the ball up the line. And very, very bitty. So this is we had after the first goal. Either side really getting the ball under control. Both of them really content to knock it long. That's to the eye of some of the fans. Skugel. Strachan. Church. Skugel. Tries to swing and get that ball out to the on loan Dundee left back. It's a strange ball from the Peterhead midfielder. I don't know what he saw. The crowd didn't know either. Alloa get it in between McKeever and Salmon. It's given away cheaply. Pressure from the Alloa forwards pays off, and McKeever almost finds Salmon. Alloa just content now to work hard and see what they can exploit in behind. Nice men in the middle of the park, but plenty of space on the wings just now. It's danger. He's got Taggart in front of him. Goes himself, ball into Salmon. Doesn't stick. The Irishman. It's danger. He's strong again. Knocks up the line, gives that ball back to Peterhead. They come over the halfway line. Cloud drills it down the line, wins a throw in. And that Peterhead do take quickly as well. It's danger. He's judged to have jumped unfairly. We're going to have a Peterhead free kick just in front of the Alloa dugout. Good angle for the cross. Delivery carried away by Stranger. Island knocks that ball in, but Robertson will clear for Alloa. Peterhead are forced all the way back into their own half. Brown, captain, manages to keep that ball in. We're running into advertising boards. He does well to come back and challenge the second ball, but between McKeever and Salmon, two former Sheffield players linking up. How far can Alloa go forward? McKeever unleashes one just wide of the Peterhead goal. Brown managing to head it on, and a little bit short from Church. Hogarth under pressure, but he does well. Knocks it along to Salmon, and he chests it down very, very well. Lay off from McKeever. Skugel again collects. Knocked wide to Taggart. Buzzing about in the middle. Robertson. It's decent play again there, just a little bit loose from McKeever. Dunnan tugged back by Shanks. Not two, no. Yeah, 3 substitutes. And then Peterhead looking likely to come on as McCarthy trundles off. Bosu and Jack Brown. All making way here. Surely going to be Boris Mulingwe and Josh Oinson and number 25 Elliot Ikwa. 3 substitutes. That's interesting. It's very defensively minded, it seems like. Sorry, that was Glenn Gabriel actually the first one, so that's fine. He was deployed as a forward. At least some of the opposing fixture at the end of the drill. Looks like he's going to be on the wing up against Luke Strachan just now.
Number 26, George Onieta. 25, Elliot Ikwa. 39, Glenn Gabriel.
Robertson takes his time with it, knocks it into McKeever, who deftly flicks that ball down to Taggart. He tries to knock it up the line and does go for an Alloa throw. Midway inside the 18-yard box for this throw. Goes back to Robertson. Down to Miller. He's got great footwork but can't find the angle. It comes in from Peterhead and it is another Alloa throw closer to the corner flag. Maybe just in line with the 6-yard box now. Robertson laid off. Taggart. Skugel. Taggart. Stanger's back the way if he opts to go there, instead goes to Skugel, and this time Alloa don't get lucky with the bounces. Goes for a Peterhead throw. But 83 minutes gone. It has been job done for the Wasps, and they will certainly take a 2-0 win. 3 points back down the road. Like I said, they're much better at home. Not travelled too well this season, certainly in comparison to some of the other teams, only sitting about 6th place if we're judging the league table by away games only. But they'll have one of the strongest home records. In terms of points per game, they're ahead of Falkirk. I'm not sure if they're ahead of Airdrie just now, because Airdrie, in terms of maximum points, I think Airdrie and Falkirk are now joint. Alloa have 4 of their final 6 games at home. 2 away games at Montrose and Kelty Hearts. Apart from that, you do look at the final 3 games against Montrose, Falkirk and Dunfermline. The places higher up the league might all be sealed. There might be dead rubber games before the playoffs. Certainly, by the look of it, you'd think that Dunfermline would have sewn up the league at the very least before the final day, unless they have a massive slip before the end of the season. Just don't see that coming. How they've been playing, how they've been grinding out results week in, week out. It's pointed out to me as well, though, that Falkirk have previous for imploding. Maybe they'll have half an eye just on that Scottish Cup semi-final. It's been 3 consecutive League One games for them without scoring. And certainly Airdrie and Alloa in good form, chasing behind them. Alloa will go 4 points behind them as it stands, although Falkirk have got the better goal difference. big test comes next week in the shape of Airdrie. I think that the Diamonds are very likely to be in the playoffs. Will it be then against Alloa? Will Alloa onto that 4th position? For me, I would like to avoid Airdrie. Great footwork from Skugel to avoid tackle of Gabriel. Strachan with the footwork, crosses into the middle. McKeever just decides to leave it instead of getting any flick on. We'd only been going backwards, but Alloa will win a free kick. Another 5-10 yards outside the 18-yard box. Just knocking it about, demoralising the Peterhead team now. Hasty cross, I guess, from Strachan. He's certainly capable of it. And he is on free kick duty here. To send in, swinging delivery. Overhit. Just wide a goal as well, so doesn't cause any problems to Mackenzie. He watches it go wide. McCarthy, he's judged Peterhead's man of the match. I would give it. I just noticed Rankin is on now as well. Murray Miller makes way, so we've got the youngster on. Skugel, you'd imagine, would drop back. McKeever will slot into that pocket in between the strikers and midfield. Bit of a dodgy kick from Mackenzie. Let's go through for Peterhead though. Dodgy bounces everywhere. Eventually Alloa will get that. I say they get that under control. Salmon. Can he get the touch to take it down? McKeever hits it behind himself, but there we go. A bit of Alloa control as I say that. It's a horrible pass from Tackett. Skugel almost does save it with a header. Just need a bit of composure, which has been slightly lacking at times during this game. Strachan. Nice and easy pass inside. Skugel drives with the ball. Beautiful, and tries to flick it to the youngster, Luke Rankin. Just doesn't get the break of the ball. Don't know if it was possible, but if he could have managed the pass wider, I thought that Strachan was possibly the better option, but it might not have been the angle. Certainly hard to tell from my view, but that's given away. Will fall for Rankin. Lays it off. McKeever in the box. Just scoops it. Always going wide. Slack stuff from Peterhead. At this time the result is all but sure. So I want an even more demoralising defeat. Not had the same bite in the first half. They'll rue their missed chances. Rankin, Robertson, Skugel. Lays it behind Church, but again we've got that option on the left hand side. Strachan cuts inside on the right foot. Robertson. Dagger. Beautifully worked from Alloa. Can Taggart find an Alloa man? Cody McLeod just makes sure of it. Knocks that ball behind for a corner. Minutes remaining. whatever the referee decides to add on. Strachan send the corner and whipped across the face of the 6-yard box. It's not the most convincing header. Eventually it will break down for Alloa. Being aimed out towards Strachan. Daniel Church towards the byline, cuts it back, and he's not going to get a penalty this time, but he will win the corner. I think it was a good delivery in. Nice Strachan again. See if they can emulate that, and if someone in the Alloa team can manage to get a head on it, doesn't work out like that. Robertson off his back, off for a goal kick. 91 minutes gone, and I don't imagine there's too much left in this game. We've had the substitutions, well, maybe have a minute more, but not too many stoppages all in all. Genzie. Nunnan again commanding at the back, launches it straight back to the Peterhead goalkeeper. Stands, he rolls it short. Long ball stuff, just looking to see if they can grab a consolation. Skugel. It's being rowed by Jordan Brown, centre of midfield. Or that does win the free kick. Alloa slow everything down. No need to rush at this point. .92 minutes. And yep, very quick end to the game. Referee not waiting around. And then we have 2 second half goals making all the difference. That was Luke Donnelly and Church making instant back on the left hand side, winning that penalty. Evan Colley